Good afternoon, all of you. My name is Amit, and I'm here for the presentation of graphics and web. As I'm going to I'm supposing that you all are my students for the class, as I'm going to teach you. For this, I made a very small presentation. As you all, I believe that you all are here for the first class, or you can say the orientation class for the graphics purpose. Okay, so first of that, what is graphic designing? If I can say, the word graphics come from graph. So if I move towards the technical point of view, so graphs means in maths we study like x on y. So in a screen we also have x and y points. So basically the graph comes from the way where we use mathematical coordinates, and from there we can join all those shapes and make some symbols and icons, we can say. Okay, basically why we study graphic designing, why we are studying graphic designing, what is the scope of graphic designing, and why should we study graphic designing. So first of all, in current scenario, every mode of our life, we always try to find some attractive things. So it's our goal, or our as a graphic designer, is my goal to provide the attractive things to all the customer which they are looking for their products. So if I go to the technical point, the term graphic designing confronts to a number of artistic and professional disciplines which focus on visual communication. Means if I want to show any product in the market, so what are the ways or the things which we should consider to create an advertisement or any graphic to the audience. Okay. In this, graphic design was born of the art and technology of printing. Means as like before computers or before digital age, we use handmade things, but nowadays we are concluding mixing handmade things, arts, and in a form of digital manner, so that we can circulate all those things in print media as well as in electronic media. There are some works which can be done in graphics, as like logos, book cover, symbols. These are the things which we are currently doing in our graphics industry. This is like an illustration. There are also layout designing, brand identity design, icons designing. These are the current job scenarios or job scopes which we are looking for. And also the students, those who are also doing their course to get some job. So it's our duty, it's my duty to teach all the students what are the what they will learn in their course, and what they will be going to masters in their subject. There are lots of scopes in graphic designing, like brand identity design, layout designer, icon designer, UI designer. So okay, suppose if I am a fresher and today I'm going to learn in my class. So what should a designer think first? What are the steps as a graphic designer I should think first, or a designer should think first? So first of all, I think the objective or the sole purpose of the product is to be considered. As like suppose I am trying to selling a product, so I have to show all the benefits it cost, its product benefits to the user. And what needs to be said first, we have to also categorize our things, our products portfolio, like the sale, the discounts about the product. Okay, one more thing, to the students, to the advertising point of view, the last thing and most important thing is that who are our target audience, to whom I am trying or I am creating graphic. Suppose I am creating graphics for some school children, so I have to use some more colors, some childish cartoonish things. And suppose I am doing some things for the teenagers, so I have to use some teenage models, heroines, like this kind of thing. For this, I will give you a very basic example, like we all know Hindustan Lever Limited company, which creates Pepsodent, Colgate, and Close-Up. These all three products are done by created by Hindustan Lever Limited. But these three products are target oriented. As like Colgate is their first product which they come with in India. So it's their classical products. So they are going with the old audience. We can say there is a trust issue with that. As like we can whenever we go to any village, the people says "Jao Colgate karke aao." So every brand for them is Colgate. So they kept that thing with them. Okay. The second thing is Pepsodent. So they also targeted the upper middle class segment of the audience. For that they show if you see that ad, they will show Shah Rukh Khan, a doctor family, or some rich kind of thing. So they try to concentrate on a posh area or a posh public audience through their product. And third one is Close-Up. So for Close-Up, if we can say, as we know, it's in its ad, we can see there are the youngster, the teenagers are there. So they make their ad or their product also as for the targeted audience. Okay. If I am designing a content or any object, so for that first thing is what is the header? What is the header of my page? As like what should be the logo? Where should be the logo? Where should the punchline? Or what is my prime timeline or prime subject for that thing? If there is any offer for that or any specific discount for that, then I should cover it in my header part. And the second thing is that content area, the things, the properties of that object should be in the content area. And in the last, where is the where that product we can get? Suppose that address, contact number, and all those things should be in the footer area. This is again the same. I created like www. What is the subject? Suppose product information. Why we take it? Why we see that product, and why we purchase that product. So for that we can show some discount, interest, benefit, and needs. So we have to show create some interest in user while creating that ad. In the last, as I say, footer. So contact information will be there.
Amit, I'm interrupting. I wanted to understand from you. We are all your students.
Okay.
I'm one of your students. And if now after say 7th slide, I tell you, sir, देखो कुछ समझ में नहीं आया आपने क्या पढ़ाया. How would you deal with that?
First of all, I'm just trying to give a bit. I'm not trying to teach the subject. I'm just trying to teach what are the basic aspect or what we should consider.
Sir, समझ में नहीं आया आपने पढ़ाया. How would you deal with the student? I want to know from you. If suppose I'm your student,
yes, ma'am,
and I tell you that I've not understood whatever you've taught me, half class is already over, how would you deal with me?
Then again I will try to teach you with.
And what about the rest of the class then?
I will give some extra time to them, to you also, to teach some things. And or if I'm using another method which students are not getting it, so I will change my method to teach them. I can use.
And what would be that method?
I can give some more interactive manners, practical demonstration of that subject. I will teach them. Then I will go on.
How important it is for a student of graphic to do practical rather than a theory presentation?
Ma'am, the most important thing is, if I am going to for the technical point of view, then practical is the most important thing. I know Photoshop, I know CorelDRAW, I know Illustrator, but I don't know about theory. I don't know about concepts. I don't know about my target audience. Then my design is lifeless.
So from day one, you would start with a theory subject, or you would want them to put their hands on computers?
And from first to my first class, I will try to show what they can do with their subject, what they will learn in my whole semester or my class.
Mr. Amit, what is the difference between art and design? Or is there any difference or not?
design could be anything. We can see something and make it in my system. That I think that should be design. And art is a totally different thing. We can, if as a graphic point of view, if I say art, I can say the manual thing, or in design. I'm not.
Okay, Amit, what is the difference between RGB and CMYK?
RGB is a red, green, blue channel which we use in electronic media. All our electronic devices are based on RGB channels. As we know as CRT gun in most of the old systems, so it's known as RGB gun, where the light rays come from the RGB gun and display in the sulfur screen of our system, and then we can know RGB. But in print media, as we know that our cartridge is based on CMYK, cyan, magenta, yellow, and P color. So most of the time for print purposes, we convert our design mode to CMYK.
Right now, is there any printing technology available in RGB?
So we can print all the things in RGB, but there are some issues on there. As like we can say, in screen we see glow, but in print in print media we didn't see any glow kind of things. So we prefer to do things in CMYK.
Okay, which sort of graphics we can pick or we should opt for when it comes to social networking site or website or web portfolio?
There are so many file formats as like JPG, GIF, PNG, PNG8, PNG24. If I want to use any semi-transparent kind of thing, then I have to use PNG 24-bit. If I want to use some animated kind of thing, then I will use GIF. And if I only want my image in a very small size for web point of view, then I will use JPEG image.
What is the difference between PNG 8-bit and PNG 24?
PNG8 is same as like a GIF image. It will only support 100% transparent area, but PNG24 will support semi-transparent areas.
So, any or as here you have mentioned that you are good at graphic designing as well as web designing.
Yes,
So what is your main strength, graphic designing or web designing?
graphics, web design, both.
Both. You are equally comfortable in both
Yeah.
the things. In web designing, which script you are using?
In web designing, HTML, CSS, XML, jQuery, all those things.
PHP?
No, it's a part of developing, not designing.
So you are not well versed with the development
I know
part.
PHP. I completed my MCA from IGNOU. I studied all the things, but I'm not good in teaching in that.
What about WordPress?
No, that's the upper version. I can say the CMS version of PHP.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.